then that's it, because it's the truth. Then it became a thing of like, oh, how can you doubt that? Like, how do you not believe that?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Let's talk about this Jussie Smollet guy. I'm dividing this video in 3 different parts. If you don't know anything about the story, just stay, I'll explain to you everything. If you already know and want to hear the same story over and over again, just skip it up to this part and you get to avoid all the, you know, all the shit, but whatever.
Yo, I'm just vibing in the Ritz cars. Got the stick, all the Ritz cars.
So the whole story kind of starts with this. I'll show you this TMZ report with it.
Jussie Smollet from Empire was the victim of a brutal, heinous hate crime in Chicago early Tuesday morning. Jussie was out at around 2 a.m., went to a Subway restaurant to get some food. When he walked out, 2 men approached him, 2 men, white men in ski masks, and yelled. They used a homophobic slur, they used the N-word, and they referenced Empire. So they clearly knew who he was. When Jussie turned around, they jumped him and brutally beat the hell out of him. He broke ribs. They also poured bleach on him during the attack and put a noose around his neck. Now, Jussie fought them off, and we're told he managed to get up once they fled and took himself to Northwest Memorial Hospital in Chicago. Now, here's the really scary part about this attack. We're told by people connected to Jussie that as the men fled, they yelled, "This is MAGA country."
Well, after you watch this report, you realize that there's some things that kind of sound a bit like too much. You know, the Trump stuff at the end, like the MAGA, it kind of sounds unrealistic. Like the attack itself sounds possible, but not really probable. Like everything is like true, but whatever, you know. Jussie showed up at a concert later on, a couple days after the attack, and he was fine. He did not have any broken ribs. He was cool. He later said that he never had broken ribs in the first place. He was bruised up and it was painful. I mean, I get it. And so many people were defending him. Look at all the, like, there's just gonna show you a couple of clips really and pictures of how people were defending him.
Hold your head up, Jussie. I'm with you. I'll be there in a minute. It's just another fucking day in America.
To little brother Jussie, that as a black man in this country, that I'm down with you.
Just a couple of things that you need to know about why this story just doesn't add up. No video evidence of this even happening, but you can be like, I mean, this is no video evidence of many attacks, so why is it different? This area of Chicago has so many fucking cameras. I shit you not. Like, there's this one guy on YouTube just walking around showing you how many cameras there's in this area, and it really makes you question, like, damn, none of these cameras caught the guys walking. Only one. There's only one picture of the guys walking at night, or one video. What happened to all the other cameras? And even their neighbors who have accused Jussie of lying say this because the area is very popular for gay people and also for African Americans. In fact, one of them say it's 50% black and 50% gay here, so this story just doesn't add up. Then you got this whole, like, the media just talking about it, whatever, makes people question even more. So the story just not, like, it just doesn't make sense. Most people online, look, I'll show you a couple of clips really of people with their doubts.
They reviewed the footage. They can't find nothing. What? They can't find nothing? They ain't found a damn thing. Did they at least find him? They found him in Subway eating at 2 o'clock in the morning. Huh, something ain't adding up.
This is how the media manipulates and brainwashes the public to believe and reinforce the narratives that they are trying to push on us.
And according to Jussie Smollet's manager, while the attack was going on, he heard some of the horrible and homophobic and racial slurs, and he heard the "This is MAGA country." He heard it, and I'm just over here like, interesting.
This dude is eating Popeyes and sipping tea, and he's talking about the Jussie Smollett attack, and he says it's not true. I'm just saying, that is probably the most believable guy on the planet.
Mother love me long time, sucky, sucky, fucky, fucky, one ton, Hong Kong.
Statements had already been put out there.
Earlier this week, he submitted phone records from within an hour of the incident, but Chicago police said they were limited and heavily redacted, adding they need additional information to corroborate the investigative timeline.
One, I want them to find the people that did it. Number two, I want them to stop being able to say alleged attack. Number three, I want them to see that I fought back. And I want a little gay boy. And I want a little gay boy.
But then the day after this interview, everything just goes into complete chaos for Jussie, because the police have found these two persons of interest who are two actors that Jussie knew. So Jussie apparently knew these guys who attacked him, at least that's what we know of, but also paid them for it. I mean, it's not confirmed yet, but it's like, you know, the police already let these guys go. They were caught because of Jussie's phone records. When this whole event happened, in the TMZ video, for example, the manager of Jussie was on the phone with him. So that's the big evidence that Jussie had. So all the evidence that he has is the phone records. But then this phone record stuff led to something that goes against him again. So that kind of makes you question, like, is he really like telling the truth, or he's just lying to everybody? It's not only the Chicago police involved. Now it's the FBI, and it's getting pretty big. In fact, before I started recording this, I saw how they want to take it to jury about this. Like, they want to take this to like more serious matter, you know, to finish this. But also the damage that he has done is not only to people who have been actual victims of hate crimes, to the people who have defended him so much, including politicians. Which have defended him, like for example Kamala Harris, which, you know, if you have some politician that's a pretty big defending you and you're lying, they're gonna think that she's a liar, which I don't know enough about her to call her a liar, but I would not trust her if she's defending someone that I know is fucking lying. Right, so this is a big deal now. They want to make sure that this shit is just over with. Well, really, like, there's no way that there's up to this day video footage or any sort of evidence that can show that Jussie was an actual victim after such a long investigation. It's almost been a month and there's still nothing.